All right, let's stop laughing and start being sad because we got to talk about this now.
10 years old, we were informed by a former acquaintance
Yep.
at
Today, well, yeah, today at this, well, we weren't informed at this time. That was the next day.
Oh
But
yeah, no, that was on Monday actually.
yeah, that was the next day.
The next
But
day,
but
later that weekend.
yeah, but today exactly 10 years ago today, the wrestling world lost an amazing, probably one of the greatest of all time, and that
No doubt
was
about it.
and that was Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah, that was a Sunday when it happened.
Yep, Sunday. Yeah, and oh man, and well, I didn't find out about it on that day, but because I was doing something else 10 years ago today. I was probably at my grandfather's, um, just chilling out with my cousins and everything on that day. I had no clue about Eddie at that time.
Before we looked at articles and other stuff.
Yeah, but I don't remember going online at all that day. So yeah. Where were you on that day?
I don't remember what I was doing. All we can really discuss is what happened when we did find out.
Okay, yeah. So,
Wait, what?
so we would find out the next day by one of our Monday at school. One of our classmates. He used to kind of tease us all the time about, like, oh, this person died, or like this somebody did this about wrestling. He just likes to bust our chops about it. So this particular day, he goes, "You guys know Eddie Guerrero died, right?" And we're like, get the hell out of here, man, get out. And he's like, "No, dude, I'm serious. He died." I'm like, "Dude, screw you, bro." Because we didn't believe him because he pulled crap like this all the time.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. It's just like the little boy that cried wolf. You keep teasing us, some people will eventually not believe you. But
yeah, but then when I got home, well, actually, when I first got into the car, when my mom picked me up from school, um, she goes, "Oh, Mike, Eddie Guerrero died." I'm like, "No, no, no, that can't be true." I was pretty shocked, and then as I got home, I ran into the house, got on the computer, and went on W.com. All over the place. Eddie Guerrero passes away at 38. Eddie Guerrero dies. I'm like, oh my god, how did this happen?
Wait, for me, well, I don't remember exact reaction, but when I just
I remember calling you though when I found out and saying
oh,
I called like right when we got home. I called you. I was like, I was like, he was right. Eddie's dead.
I know you can probably remember. I was already in grief, mourning the loss of such a great wrestler.
Yeah, and I remember watching the Raw tribute show, which was a really good tribute show.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to it, yes, so you're.
Okay, 10 years ago was what? 2 years ago?
You were 3.
Yeah, I was about 3 years.
No,
old.
2.
No, because I'm turning 13, so that would be 3 years.
That was November 22nd. This is November 13th before the birthday, so yeah.
Oh yeah, 2. I was turning 3.
1, 2, 2.
And I would love to remember what I did that day. What was it, the 15th?
13.
Oh, the 13th.
I'm sure you don't remember what you were doing on that day.
No, I think it was my dad's birthday.
We might as well discuss when you first heard about it to help people think know.
Okay, I first heard about it, like, when I first started watching wrestling, like, in 2011.
Oh, I was told 10, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Started watching wrestling, then I stopped, and then I watched it again. I think I was watching with you, that's why I caught it.
Okay.
And I was just like looking at dead wrestlers because at the time I was so involved with Undertaker, and I saw a lot of R.I.P signs.
Who lost to Kane multiple times.
And I just put like R.I.P. Undertaker something, and then I just saw like dead wrestlers, so I clicked on it, and then I saw and then I just saw like I didn't see a lot at all, thank God. I saw Eddie, so I just like clicked on his name. I was like, oh, that seems like a familiar name. Clicked on it, and whole page about Eddie. He was this okay wrestler. He
okay.
Well, this is his opinion. This is his opinion. So
no, it's not my opinion. Hold up. No, it was just I don't remember word from word. It was what 3-4 years ago. No, I was just putting plus the stuff I hear about him that he was a good wrestler. He was
a great wrestler.
He was a great wrestler.
In my opinion, he was a fantastic competitor.
A former WWE World Champion.
He died, and they were saying that he died in 2005. I was like, oh, that's sad. So I looked him up, looked at some of his matches. I didn't look at the whole thing because I get bored too fast. And I was like, oh, this kid.
Kid. He was in his 30s at the time.
And then guess who I see? Ben who?
What?
Look at him.
Ben who?
Benoit, you mean?
Yeah. Benoit.
It's alright, you could say it. We're not WWE sponsored.
Wait,
sadly.
I'm like, no, I said it's okay. You could say his name. We're not WWE sponsored.
WWE is sponsored by.
And I look at him and I look at one of his matches. Then I see like this is his video of like, oh, he didn't commit suicide because apparently he was on the phone with one of the wrestlers and he said somebody knocked on the door, so he hung up, and then there's a lot of facts like they're saying like why if he committed suicide, why did he put a thing around his neck, which is reasonable. Why would he kill his mother and why would he kill his child and why?
Well, not his mother, his wife and kid.
Yeah, his wife and kid. And I was like,
sorry.
And I was just like, maybe somebody did hang him from. They probably.
He definitely would have committed. He definitely committed.
I was thinking because maybe they hung him and then killed his wife and killed his son and then like make sure he was dead.
No, I was.
It's not.
It was just like wait, what was I saying? Oh yes, that.
Wait, why are we talking about Benoit? We're talking about Eddie right now.
I know. But he has something to do with Eddie at least.
Yes, but let's switch back to the good part where back to Eddie.
Fine. Okay, I'll say something about Eddie. I watched his tribute thing. I was looking for Sasha Banks because Sasha Banks claimed. No, I'm playing. Sasha Banks she talked about it on Jericho's podcast that she was at the show and she was walking around being the boss that she was, and
the pre-boss.
The pre-boss, and a guy walked up to her. He's like, "Yeah, do you know Eddie Guerrero died?" And she just looks at her mom like, "He was my favorite wrestler." And then she saw like all the R.I.P Eddie Guerrero signs, and for some crazy reason she thought that he was gonna go against Undertaker. Of course, that didn't happen. And then she couldn't. I think she said she couldn't really get through the show because she was so sad of it.
Yeah.
So, like she said on Twitter a couple hours ago, if it wasn't for Eddie, they wouldn't have been on Sasha. So.
There's only one of each.
Yeah. So and let's go by the list of accomplishments Eddie has accomplished. What championship has he not had ever?
No, he beat Brock for that.
He's been WCW Cruiserweight champion. He's been WCW Cruiserweight champion. He's been
Intercontinental.
He's been Intercontinental. He's been US. He's been Tag Team. And he's been WWE champion.
He's already a Grand Slam champion already. Okay, not really.
Yeah, he's pretty much won. He's been European champ. He's pretty much won every title in WWE.
We'll just say he won the world title, being that he was supposed to win it on that Friday. We'll just say he won.
Okay.
Oh, we're just counting the world heavyweight title win that he was supposed to win before he died.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, just to say he won everything. We'll just count that just for now. I mean, I was kind of sad because I did see one of his matches. Even like when I watched WrestleMania 21 or 22, one of them, I think it was
21. He was 22 was after he passed.
Yeah.
I was watching 21, and I was like, oh, because I think I was watching with Ken. If I was watching by myself,
right.
And I went to see like the Trish Stratus match. Like went right here. Oh, that was Rey Mysterio. Wow. And I was just like, wow, like this is like everybody's doing good and everything. And then that was a great WrestleMania. I mean, a good WrestleMania for me at least, for being like one of the people who just got into it and everything. And I was watching it, and it kind of got. I think something happened, drastically happened. I forgot. At the end, was he like celebrating with somebody? I forgot.
Wait, Mike, did you?
Oh, what do you mean? What Eddie?
Yeah, was he?
Oh, that was WrestleMania 20, not 21.
Oh.
When he was celebrating. He was with Benoit when Benoit won the world heavyweight title, celebrating with him.
He was wow. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's so sad that both of those guys are no longer here.
Well, you know what they always say. They're here.
Yeah.
At least Eddie is. Benoit, probably not. After what he did, definitely not.
That was. I mean, at least why would you kill your what was his sons?
His 7-year-old son, at the time, 7-year-old son and wife.
That was just. How come the wife didn't like stop? Like, who did he kill first? How come they didn't stop each other?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. He just killed them, and just that's that.
Like, didn't you tell me that Benoit strangled his wife and suffocated his son?
Yeah.
Didn't he kill them on different days, supposedly?
No. Who killed someone on 2 different days?
He said that. He said one on Saturday and one on Sunday, or something like that.
Okay.
Or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, I don't know. And I don't want to know about that stuff.
Maybe if Crash Holly would have came to his house, he wouldn't
have. Not Crash. It was Hardcore Holly. Yeah.
I thought that was the same person.
No, Crash Holly's a totally different person. He's dead now too.
No, he's already been dead for like almost a decade.
He's been dead for like 13 years now. Oh no, not 13. Sorry, 12. 12 years. He died in 2003.
Oh, anyway, maybe if he would have came to his house, that wouldn't have happened. But again, it's not really his fault. He did just come out of arm surgery or tricep surgery.
Also, no one can really contact Benoit either. You gotta listen to Jericho's podcast on that subject.
Alright, so yeah, anyways, 10 years of Eddie being gone. It's so crazy that it's been this long. And
wait, sorry, Mike, but we didn't even talk about when the actual tribute show happened. We didn't discuss our commentary.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Also, I just want to point out, like, when I remember I remember ordering the No Way Out 2004 pay-per-view and seeing Eddie win the title, and that really was an amazing moment. That really is like probably one of the best like title wins ever in WWE. If not the best title win of all time. Because that was just like such a feel good, like every time you watch it you get goosebumps, and every time you watch it you just like get excited
and possibly tear up as well.
I like how they did when Eddie Guerrero retired, how he did his music. Wasn't that his music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Live cheat stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, because I know they were married, and was it divorced by death or they did?
No, she was a widow.
Well, I've read Eddie's book, and at times, like, she did leave him. I think one time, like, I think it was when he was like when he was drugged up and everything. I think at that point she was like at that point when he was like doing drugs, she was like, ah, well, you, you're screwing your life up. I don't want to deal with you right now. But then they got back together. They they got back together, and but until he passed.
Then she became a widow.
And then she kind of like filled the void of Eddie and started like her own WWE career.
which is really good.
Yeah, well, somebody had to put food on the table for the Guerrero family because
Yeah.
Eddie was gone. There was nobody else that was gonna do it. Um, yeah. Let's talk about the Raw tribute then. Let's talk about the Raw tribute then. The the tribute show the next day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. WWE's usual intro back in time, and then in loving memory of Eddie Guerrero, 67 to 2005. Then we get all the WWE superstars. No, the WWE roster at the time, standing there in front of the casket, or
There wasn't a casket.
Okay, I thought there was a casket there.
No, it's just the usual. It's just the usual show. Like it's just the usual thing that they do when somebody passes away. They have everybody stand in front of the entrance stage, and then like McMahon gave his eulogy to Guerrero, and said, "Tonight we're celebrating his life."
Yes, which was a great tribute show.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the best.
Didn't on that night they wear like some Viva La Eddie shirts or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was Viva La Raza shirts. They were all wearing "I'm Your Papi."
Yeah, because I remember I was watching the Divas match and I saw that shirt and I was like, oh, it might have been the show that he died from.
Yeah, when they were all wearing "I'm Your Papi," that was the tribute show.
It was like a big Divas match.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody in their matches was wearing armband saying EG for Eddie.
Eddie. That was kind of a fast mix shirt for a lot of people.
But for those that were speaking, I can only remember only a handful, but it was still.
Yeah, I remember Cena gave his testimony. Shawn Michaels surprisingly spoke on Eddie.
Yes, I remember that.
He was talking about, hey, I probably never. He's like, I wish I could get the chance to wrestle Eddie, but I'm never gonna get that chance now, and I hope we will see each other again. Yeah, Shawn Michaels spoke. Triple H spoke.
Yes. Only most of everyone was already cheering up for it. I think Edge spoke about it as well.
No, Edge wasn't even at the show, and he didn't even speak about it.
Wait, he wasn't even at the show?
No, he wasn't on the show.
Okay.
Stephanie McMahon spoke about it. Lillian Garcia.
Yes, about how well they just liked speaking Spanish and I guess sharing their culture as well.
Benoit broke down crying. He couldn't even talk during it.
I saw that.
Ray already partially broke down.
Ray broke down his own way. He took off his mask and was like,
Showed his face?
No, he did.
No, he was just covering his face and everything, like,
I was curious to see what he looked like without the mask on, even though I saw later on.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a younger version of Randy Orton.
Yeah. And of course, Chavo spoke, and Batista was.
Did Chavo find him?
What?
Didn't Chavo find him in a hotel room?
Yeah. He was the first to find him. Chavo spoke. Batista was crying a lot during it too. He couldn't even speak either.
You're laughing?
No.
Yeah, Batista was like really crying. Like he was like really like he couldn't even speak that much.
I was watching it like just to see how it was, and I just saw because Benoit was in the front row, and he was just like.
Oh yeah, well Eddie, they were so close. He that took a really nasty toll on Benoit.
A big shot to the gut right there. Like,
And either way, I feel like if they rewatched that, if they saw that, they should have immediately took him off to save him time. No matter if he said he was gonna wrestle or if he was good or not, because look what that got him. So, but then again, hopefully Vince McMahon lives 200 years, because I cannot see Triple H fully owning WWE.
oh yes, he will. So,
He has to live 200 years. Please, got it.
Joe,
I'm sorry, McMahon. I'm sorry. That's impossible.
It's not impossible. It's just
Vince
it's just very rare.
Vince just gotta go.
I mean, people have lived to be 100, no doubt about it. These days.
But Vince has gotta go.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Triple H has the better creative mind at this point.
No, people don't want Triple H. That's the thing. People don't want Triple H to be the fully. How Stephanie do it? But you got Stephanie and Triple H do it.
Well, hey, let's be glad it's not the Reign of Terror era.
You should at least let Stephanie own it more than Triple H, because at this point Triple H owns it more than Stephanie. Stephanie is the kind of has more. Stephanie should have more power than Triple H, and she doesn't. I don't know.
Well, Triple H already runs a mini wrestling promotion, right? And look where NXT's going. It's doing just fine.
All right, so
that's not WWE. NXT is less than an hour. WWE is 3 hours.
all right, so
That's about 5.5
probably
hours.
when Triple H is in charge, we're just gonna cut it back 2 hours, because on the Austin podcast he said it's really hard to do a 3-hour Raw. So yeah.
All right, so yeah, so I guess to end this tribute, definitely, it's amazing. It's been 10 years since his passing, and we're still gonna miss him.
20 years.
The end of time.
Yep.
Hopefully 20 years I'll be in the business.
So once again, thank you, Eddie, for all the memories.
Thank you, Eddie.
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 And I've only saw some Eddie Guerrero matches, but yeah, wait, we didn't even talk about any particular moments besides No Way Out 04, but I guess one other moment that comes to mind is when Batista introduced Eddie, surprised Eddie Guerrero with a brand new lowrider, and asked Batista to come out with him during his entrance for his match.
Yeah, I remember that. I just remember like Eddie one time, he was like, I remember him like auctioning off Kurt Angle's stuff. I remember the frog splash off the top of the cage on JBL. I definitely remember him winning the belt. I remember.
Wait, what about him in Big Show?
Oh yeah, I remember him spraying horse manure on him on Big Show. I definitely remember the rivalry he had with Chavo when Chavo turned heel.
I still can't forget the Eddie Guerrero Rey Mysterio rivalry over Dominic.
Oh yeah, when the whole Dominic thing, like that was probably his best heel run, like in WWE. Because I remember watching well, I went back on YouTube and I watched like Eddie Guerrero's like first heel promo, like when he betrayed Rey Mysterio, and oh my god, that like you couldn't like if any like wrestler wants to know how to cut a good heel promo, they have to watch that promo because Eddie delivered with that.
No doubt about it.
He made you hate, like if he was a heel, he made you hate his guts. Which was what a heel should do.
Exactly.
Like if he was a baby face, you loved him to death. But if he was a heel, you wanted to stab him.
That's
like you wanted to.
That's what they lack today. Like today they have heel. It's okay to like a heel. It's okay to like Sasha. She's a heel. It's okay to like her. But it's the fact that heels are getting no reaction. Face are barely like they don't like John.
Yeah, it's like, and it's also I think the heels can't go like too far over their because I think they put boundaries over the heel, they put rules over heels, like they can't say like a lot of stuff. And also, we live in a politically correct world, so there's not that much to like really, say a lot to like the audience because like if they like insult him like that bad, then people will complain and then they will have to apologize. It's a completely
Naomi.
it's
She
just
first turned heel. You heard all the words in the book with Naomi's heel turn.
and it's also it's they have to follow a script. It's like
Yeah, I understand that.
Unless you're CM Punk.
Punk, yeah, like when Punk he gets handed a script, he rips it up. He's like, nope, saying what I'm gonna say.
That's what I like about him. Same way, I'm pretty sure AJ did the same thing because I heard AJ went too far, and Paige, she did it, but it wasn't as good as AJ's. But she sure learned from her.
Mm-hmm.
But then still, yes, Eddie's last match, if that which kind of made sense, even though it was only shortly after that, where hey, it's gonna do an old school Eddie Guerrero finish one last time before that time comes.
Yeah, but obviously we didn't know that was going to be his last match.
Well, of course.
Like I didn't know, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, like this Eddie's last match. I'm gonna get a notification from my friend on Monday that he's died, and I'm like, "What have been? This is gonna happen." Okay, it wasn't planned out.
No, obviously it wasn't.
No, it would be great if there were some articles.
But I could just kind of tell, like you could just kind of tell in the last month that he wasn't like at his 100% best, like ring wise. You could see he was kind of fatigued. You could see in the ring he was like fatigued really easily.
Wow.
Whoa.
So at times you could tell, at least.